You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
When you first step to a chick, when you first start talking to a chick, when you first start interacting with the girl, the first thing, the first experience, the first, freaking breath you take interacting with this chick has to be about the management. You see what I'm saying? You have to set that precedent. You see what I mean? You have to be like, this is what it is and this is what it isn't. You see what I mean? And it has to start from the beginning, because then what's going to happen is that she's going to sort of like move in that direction based off of how you created the situation. You see what I mean?
Exactly.
She's following your lead. She's following.
It's that first impression.
Exactly.
First impression, last a long time. Like,
right.
And just going back to what I said about before about how nobody's going to tell you this based on the society that we're in. Just to reiterate, this is why it's even way more important, because even chicks are beginning to think that they can manage the situation better than you.
Right. It's crazy.
So when you don't set that precedent at the very beginning, at the offset, when you fail to set that precedent at the beginning, you failed. You pretty much fucking failed, B.
Right.
You failed, because what's gonna happen is either you fail and then you just continue to fail because you want to keep fucking with her because she look good or because you're trying to have sex with her or whatever, and then sometimes that shit could snowball into a relationship and you don't even realize it, because she realized that you ain't got no fucking spine, you ain't got no balls,
right?
So she says, well, you got money, you're a simp, so I'm gonna turn this into a fucking relationship whether you like it or not, because you ain't got the balls to manage this relationship.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens, this happens to a lot of niggas. They do the relationship thing, they get married, they have a bunch of kids, and the nigga's never happy.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But he's not honest with himself, but he's never actually happy. And then what happens is, since the chick was quarterbacking, and when I say quarterbacking, I mean managing, since the chick was managing the situation from the beginning, once she gets everything she wants from you, that's when she fucking divorces you, takes the kids, and take half of your shit.
Real shit.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And that's all because you didn't set the shit from the fucking beginning.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because let me tell you something. There's only two. When you set this shit from the beginning, it's only two things that's gonna happen. Either she says she doesn't want to fuck with you, or she follows your fucking lead, and it's a good relationship.
Right.
There's only two things that's gonna happen. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's it. And what's funny, like you're saying, it's about you managing that shit, because if you don't, you end up being that dude who ends up marrying this crazy chick and ended up in divorce with kids, and you got to pay alimony, child support, or whatever. And that's the shit that a lot of the MGTOW dudes sort of get up in arms about. They're like, oh, but you got to understand, these women, if this happens, you can lose half your shit, and you got to pay alimony and child support, blah blah blah. But usually, most of that shit happens because there was no motherfucking management. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I've always said this shit. I was like, yo, the stuff you're complaining about it. 90-something% of the complaints is because you don't know how to manage your chick. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to manage your interactions with women. Period. That's why you're having the issues.
And truth be told, a lot of there's a whole lot of the older quote unquote MGTOWs. That's exactly why they're MGTOWs.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, I married this woman, I gave her everything, and then she divorced me and took everything. Now I'm starting over. Fuck women, I'm MGTOW now.
Right. Exactly.
But the truth, okay, I remember on the last show, we told niggas, one of the rules of stepping up your game for 2018 is not taking this shit as entertainment.
Right.
This what we telling you right now. It is so far from entertainment. It's not even funny. This is like if you don't fuck with nothing else we ever told you, fuck with this shit. Because when you set the tone, it's like when you meeting a dude for the first time. You know, pause. But you shake his hand firmly, and you look him in his eye.
Right.
Your body language commands his respect. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Real shit.
Me personally, when I shake a nigga hand and he shake my hand like a fucking female would, because you got some niggas that do that. They put their 4 fingers in your hand.
Right.
Like how a bitch would.
Right.
Like they want you to fucking kiss their hand like a fucking like a bitch. Now, if I'm gonna play the game. If I need something from you, I'm gonna deal with you accordingly until I get what I want.
Right.
But deep down on the subconscious level, do I respect you? No, I don't respect you, B.
Right.
And that's just on a physical, like, primal animal level, like just between like man to man, human to human, you know, alpha to beta. Because since you shook my hand like that, I'm the alpha.
Right.
You're the fucking beta in this situation. Now, I might need something from you, so therefore I'm gonna deal with you how I need to deal with you until I get what I need. And then, you know, I ain't gonna go out of my way to be a dickhead. But after I get what I need, that's it. Just like the fucking female who you didn't set the tone in the beginning. You let this shit snowball into a relationship, then a marriage, and then she fucking got what she needed from you.
Right.
And divorced your ass. You see what I'm saying? It's the same shit. But when I shake a nigga's hand and we both make eye contact, I realize, okay, well, with this handshake, I realize that I might be dealing with a real nigga.
Right.
So then I act accordingly.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then I don't just look to get what I need to get from him. I might want to make him a part of my resource team.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
I might want to actually value the relationship that I have with this person because I'm dealing with a real nigga. It's the same thing with a woman. When you first start to interact with her, if you don't set a certain precedent, she doesn't want to be a part of your team.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? She wants to get what she want to get. Like, it could be that drink. It could be the drink. She just want to get that drink from you at the bar and then just walk away from you and holler at another nigga. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. I just want to say this. Us talking to y'all, we're not claiming to be perfect. And I'm explaining what I mean. There have been times when I've been on dates, or I've even been on phone conversations or even text messages, where I say the wrong thing and I don't set the precedence for the situation.
Right.
And I already know it's a wrap.
Right. Nah, I feel you. I've been there too. Trust me.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is a part of your management. That is a part of your management as well. If you fuck up and you don't do what you're supposed to do, nigga, just call it. Just call it. I mean, if you're lucky enough to meet it, because sometimes every once in a while you meet a chick that she just likes you, like she just likes you, period.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And y'all have a good time and whatever. So in very rare situations, you know, the management thing is not like super, you know, crazy, but it's still important no matter what. In any situation, it's always important.
Right.
But in some situations, if a chick like is really digging you and she's actually a good person, then you have the room to make a couple mistakes and whatever.
Right.
But in most situations in your dating life, there's gonna be times when a chick will say something, and you'll be like, okay, cool.
Right.
And you like, say it's a text or something, or even you play back the conversation in your mind and you realize she just asked me to do something and I just said, okay, cool, like it wasn't important.
Right.
I literally just fucked up just now. It's over.
Right.
And sure enough, you ask her to go out with you the next time or something like that, and then she fucking flakes, or she tells you she got something else to do,
Right.
and then it all comes back to you, and you realize because I didn't set the program in the beginning, I didn't exercise my management skills in the very beginning. This is where we're at now. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
That's why it's so important. Sometimes you need to. Sometimes if you're not on your management game, you don't even see where you fucked up. You don't, like a bitch will tell you to, it'll be some simple shit. You out with her, and then her friend like texts her or some shit like that, and she'll be like, "Oh, my friend is in the area. Do you mind if she comes and join us?" And because you're trying to be a nice guy, you're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool."
Right.
Next thing you know, you're sitting there buying drinks for her and her friend.
Right.
and you're like, how the fuck did I even get into this situation? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Why? Because you didn't put your foot down and manage the situation. You were supposed to say, "No, listen, we're here trying to get to know each other. There's no room for your friend for this outing. So you'll tell her you'll meet her later or whatever it is."
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what you were supposed to say, but you didn't. You was trying to be a nice guy. You was trying to be cool. You're like, "Oh, sure, no problem."
Right.
But you fucked up because the fact that you let her friend come to the date, she now realizes, well, our dates are not that important. Us getting to know each other is not that important. So, I don't need to take anything you say that seriously anymore. And then it all falls apart from there. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
That's how important this shit is.
And it's funny too, because a lot of times chicks they're not even consciously aware of that, but on a subconscious level they are. You feel what I'm saying? Because she'll do that shit not even knowing that. She's like, "Oh yeah, my friend, can she come over?" You're like, "Oh yeah, well, whatever." You know what I mean? And then as it's happening, she's just like, whatever. But after the fact, she's like, this nigga just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I could tell him anything and he'll just do whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Let me say, most of it with chicks, most of it is chicks don't even have consciousness, my nigga. Okay? They are not conscious. They're emotional.
Right.
They're not even necessarily awake. They're just going off of their emotions.
Right.
So it's all right. So let's go back to the scenario. So you're there on the date. You're out at the bar chilling, right? And she gets a text, and let's just say it's not even that she answers the phone, but the phone is there, and she sees the text come up on the front of the phone, right? So in most cases, or you'll give her a little bit of leeway for even looking at her phone because it just popped up. So fine.
Right.
Because that in itself, you're supposed to be like, "Yo, my phone is off. Your phone should be off. We're here trying to get to know each other.
Exactly.
Put your phone away." You understand? Exactly. But let's just look at the situation for what it is. Okay. So she sees the thing and she's like, "Oh, my friend is here," and she's not even considering the seriousness of your date. She's just going off her emotions to say that, well, I'm in this area and my friend is in this area. Wouldn't it be cool if she comes and joins us for a drink?
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And that's a straight emotional response. She's not considering and saying, like, consciously. She's not awake enough to say to herself, well, I'm hanging out with this dude for the first time. I kind of like him and I want to get to know him. Right. And I think it would be better if it would just be me and him. You understand?
Right.
If she was actually being conscious, that's what she would think to herself. But she's only going off of emotion. That's why I'm saying, like, most chicks, they're not even really conscious, B. They're not even really conscious. They're just slaves to their emotions. That's why you are the man. You're the difference maker. You're the voice of reason.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
And that's why
you're the person. You're exactly.
That's
you're the
management.
manager,
man. That's exactly.
You're looking at her like, no, that's not a good idea. Tell your friend you'll see her another time.
Almost on damn near 2 hours in this shit already. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go to Bad Boy Membership to join the membership. Also, make sure you guys get the Bad Boy book. Go to MrLocario.com, get the Bad Boy book. Also, thank you guys for being on the Patreon. And for those who are not on the Patreon, make sure you guys join the Patreon. Now, if you want to hear the full episode of this Bad Boy show, make sure you click
the link below and join the Patreon, because all of the new Bad Boy shows are going to be on Patreon, all right? So make sure you click that link below, join the Patreon so you will never miss a Bad Boy Show episode.